Hello and welcome to day one of Ignite the Light Within event. I'm Erin Koczur and I am so happy and excited to be sharing this information with you. We are going to take a deep dive into energy. Energy is everything, okay? It just is. That's all there is to it. It's not just woo-woo. It's not just science. It is. And we are going to learn so much about how you can be the one that's in control of your energy, as well as how you can elevate it. Because when you elevate your energy, your frequency, you elevate your life, all areas of your life. So again, welcome. I have the lounge ready for you. Come on up, get a seat, get close, and let's just really have a good time. Now, before we dive into everything, you might be wondering, who is she? Who is this Erin Koczur? Well, let me properly introduce myself to you. I have been spending decades, I have spent decades upon decades studying and learning. And I have found that energy is everything, no matter where I turn. And so now for decades, I've been helping people just like you to tap into your energy, to be the one to be in control of it, to give you the gifts, the tools, and the strategies so that you can handle whatever's going on and be aware of where your energy frequency is and then elevate it. I am a master light worker. I am also the founder of the Light Worker Academy. And I welcome you. So now let's go over a little bit about what we're going to do today. This is what I'm calling your energetic awakening, okay? I'm going to talk to you about energy management, and also empath training. And we're going to get into what an empath is and what an empath isn't. We're also going to talk about your intuition, okay? Each and every person has a superpower, the same superpower. Some call it your gut. Some call it their GPS. Most commonly, though, called your intuition. We are going to talk about, sorry, guys. We're going to talk about boundaries. You know, there's such a thing as energetic boundaries, right? There's mental boundaries, emotional boundaries, boundaries in relationships, in your work, boundaries with yourself, and they're very important. And then we're going to go into talking about limiting beliefs, because limiting beliefs are an energy all their own, and they literally affect everything, okay? Even if you don't pay attention to anything else tonight, please pay attention to that. So we want to start with what is energy management. Okay, so again, as I said, everything is energy, right? Right now, you have all around, there's like radio airwaves and music and television, the internet, Wi-Fi, cell phones. You have like what, in-house cameras. You've got all sorts of stuff, right? It's all energy. Everything physical, right? Tangible is energy. Your body is energy. Everything that's going on inside your body is energy. And everything around us, whether you can see it or not, is energy. And energy, right, has frequencies. Kind of like, you know, when you turn the knob That's for those of us who old enough to where you had to turn the dial on the TV or the car radio. Um, but you turn the tuner, right, to a different frequency. And on that frequency, you pick up something else. It's a different radio station, a different television show. Um, right? Some people, your garage openers, right? They work on different frequencies, and you want to make sure yours isn't on the same one as your neighbor's, because otherwise, every time someone's clicking that button, someone else's door is going up and down. So right there, you know that there is such a thing as a frequency. All right. Now, I want to explain empath, right? Because I want to get these things clear before we go further. An empath, I'm not talking empathy, I'm talking an empath, is a person who can literally feel what everything around them. They can feel what the people around them are feeling. They can feel the energy in the air. A lot of people that are empaths, they just have such a heightened sense of energy that to them, a lot of times, believe it or not, the things that they are feeling, their emotions, which literally means energy in motion, isn't even theirs. They're picking it up and taking it on as their own. And that's why a lot of empaths are super uncomfortable in a crowded place, or why the moods, whether someone's saying something loud or not, right? Because you are emitting energy, will affect them. So it's really super important. It's super important in every aspect of your life when you are an empath to really have energy management. It's super, super important. I will tell you though, it's important for everybody. So let's keep going. All right, guys. I've got many gifts and talents. I'm going to tell you right now, technology and we're, you know, we do our best to get along, but sometimes it doesn't always go smooth. And I want you to remember this when tomorrow on day 2, we get into imposter syndrome. All right, because what's happening right now with all of this, I could be like, and shut down. No, that would be imposter syndrome. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. So again, let's go back. Energy is everything. I keep saying it. Here's the thing. Our thoughts are energy. Our emotions, energy and motion. Our feelings, that's what we feel from all the energy and motion. That's energy. Our actions, our words, everything is energy. So when you understand that, right, you're not at the mercy of things. Okay, you can be like, wait a minute, this is like, this is a legit thing, and I don't have to be at the mercy of it, right? That you have tools, and you can then choose, right? You can choose your thoughts. You can choose the feelings. You can choose your actions. And obviously, that is going to affect everything in your life, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, your relationship with coworkers, if you're a business owner, your employees, and your customers, right? It's everything. Everything that's you goes for everybody else. So this is a language, right? And when you start to learn the language and you become fluent with it, you are just so much more really aligned with everything. And you now become a real power, a really empowered expert in your relationships with everything. And it also helps you to navigate your life, because when you really are coming from a higher frequency, right? And you're in control of that. The decisions you make, the actions you take, the words you speak reflect that. So you're coming from a higher level, an elevated level of thought, an elevated level of decision making, an elevated level of actions. So again, energy management is a key thing, guys. Key. And it really is the key that opens your door to immediate, fast transformation. Okay, so before I go into a little bit more, I want to make sure that right now, please go, if you're not writing down, I'm going to ask you right now to please get something to write with. And I want you to come back. I want you to look at the slide. I'm going to keep going. Here's the thing, especially for an empath, all right? Our job, our responsibility as humans is to observe, not absorb. What does that mean? It means you don't want to take in all of those feelings and then literally embody them, right? That's really overwhelming. My God, right? Someone's having a really awful day. Someone's really depressed. Someone's feeling anxious. And then you've got someone who's feeling fabulous, and you've got this and that, and you're sucking it all up like a sponge. Guess what? You're a hot mess in there. No, you want to observe it, meaning you want that information to come in as information, not embodying it. Okay, so the ways to do that, first and foremost, is going to be center and ground. And I'm going to pause right now, and I'm going to ask you to do this with me, okay? I want you to put your feet down on the floor. I know you're comfortable, humor me. This really works, okay? And I'm going to ask you with your feet flat on the floor, okay? I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in. I'm going to ask you to pause and hold it, and then blow it out. When you're done, just a little wiggle, just a little shake. Okay, right? What does that do? Your energy that could be all over the place at any given time, that centers you, brings you right in, okay? And then I'm going to ask you to take 5 slow measured breaths in to the count of 5. Let's do it together. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pause and hold and release. 2, 3, 4. Regular breath and a little wiggle. So what we just did right now is, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed, this is a technique I teach every single one of my clients and students, and it is literally like having a magic wand in your pocket. See, you may have heard about, going into that meditative space, and you're going to center and you're going to ground and all of this. And oh my gosh, yeah, that is wonderful. It is enjoyable. And we don't always have a half hour to light a candle, light some incense, and sit there and hum Kumbaya. All right, we just don't. I understand we live busy lives, right? So what I just taught you to do is that deep breath, centered all of your energy, and the slow one, because your feet are planted down flat on the floor, you grounded. And you can do that anywhere. Anytime you are feeling overwhelmed, anytime you feel like you just need to catch your breath, get your thoughts clear, okay? You can center and ground. Music Music will also help you, right? Pick in music if you're feeling down, that's going to bring you up. If you're feeling too like this, that's going to bring you back here. Breathing exercises. There's a lot of different type of breathing exercises. I do teach those with my clients. You can find a lot of information on different type of breathing exercises. And the reason that is also so good is because when you are breathing and doing these breathing exercises, you're oxygenating your body, you're oxygenating your brain. You think clearer, you are clearer. All right, so breathing exercises. Movement, all right, absolutely. Move, right? You can move. If you're feeling down, do some movements, right? It's gonna raise your energy level. Raising your energy level is raising your frequency, okay? If you're feeling very overwhelmed, well, first off, I hope you did the breathing, the centering grounding that I taught you, but you can also, that movement where you can just take a moment, right? And just like, okay, all right. And you calm down. Laughter, especially laughter, right? It naturally raises your vibration, your frequency. It raises it. And because you were laughing, you were taking in oxygen, right? And now you're in that really feel good space, and you're going to make decisions. Your actions, your thoughts, your words are going to come from a more elevated space. So I wanted to share these quotes with you, and I am going to be sending them out. Everyone who's registered, you're getting this replay. I'm going to send you this picture because I want you to take the time and look at it and read everything here. You may even want to print it out, because I want you to understand when I'm talking about your intuition, that's not just some woo-woo thing. That is literally something that we all are wired with. Okay, you have like Bill Gates saying, often you just have to rely on your intuition. You have someone like Einstein, right? The intuitive mind is a sacred gift. You have even Jonas Salk, right? Intuition will tell you the next. I apologize, guys. Intuition will tell the thinking mind where to look next. I love Dr. Wayne Dyer. If prayer is talking to God, then your intuition is God or source creator talking to you. You even have someone like Steve Jobs who said, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow know what you truly want to become. And there's many other quotes here. All right, we have Richard Branson, Bill Gates, Shakti, Gwen. I'm going to send this to you, okay? Because whenever you start to forget, I'm hoping that you print this out and it will remind you that it doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you're on, okay? Everyone who has achieved greatness, who has just achieved success, and success is relative. Doesn't just have to mean they're famous, right? You can be successful and nobody knows your name. Success is relative. We each determine our own definition. But anyone who really does have that feeling of success and achievement and alignment and fulfilled, they do use their intuition. So it really is a superpower. And I'm going to give you, there's a lot of different ways you could practice, right? Getting in touch with your intuition. But I'm going to give you a tip. I want you to get yourself, I don't know, a little notebook, notepad. Want to keep notes on your phone, however you want to do it. I'd like you, every time that you follow a hunch, or you just listen to that nudge, right? Or that little inner voice, that whisper, your intuition, you felt it in your gut. I want you to write out the outcome when you followed it and the outcome when you didn't. You're going to start seeing black and white or blue, depending on the color of your pen. You're going to see proof, right? Because a lot of times I realize that's what you need. That proof is going to build your confidence in trusting your intuition, right? It's going to reward you and say, see, you've listened, and look, this is what happened. This is great. And you're going to find that so powerful. So this is something you can do on your own, working with your intuition and your higher self. That is something that I do teach, again, to my clients and my students. This is something that you can start today, tomorrow, okay? Because as you start seeing it and it builds your confidence, you start trusting it. And the more you trust it, right, you're going to start navigating your life based on being in alignment with your intuition, your inner GPS. So next, I want to talk with you about boundaries. All right. And there's a lot of different type of boundaries, right? There's mental boundaries, physical boundaries, emotional boundaries, relationship boundaries. There's also energetic boundaries, okay? And there's a reason for these, okay? It improves your mental health. It improves your emotional health. It really does wonders for your personal growth and for the people around you. Because let's remember, people really respond more to what we do than even what we say. They see how we are, and when we are coming to them with healthy boundaries, it gives them permission to set their own, okay? Or maybe it educates a few that don't even realize that, there's such a thing as boundaries, and they need to learn to respect others. So you're doing a lot of good for yourself and others. It does enhance your communication. It increases your self-esteem, and it does reduce conflict, but also it reduces in you frustration, resentment, anger, depression, right? All of those things, when we just we have a stopping line and we just don't let others know that. And when they go past it, we may get angry or frustrated or, right? But we're also feeling really bad about ourselves. Establishing your boundaries eliminates all of that. So now I would like to talk about energetic boundaries, because it's okay, and it's not only okay, you really should have some energetic boundaries as well. And I am going to be sending out with this those who registered, you will be getting an email with this, as well as a recording of that I did. It's called The White Light. It is an amazing, amazing exercise that you literally just filter out all of everyone else's stuff. You just take the good stuff in, and it helps filter your icky stuff too. So that's kind of setting an energetic boundary, okay? But also being honest with yourself. You can't set a boundary until you know where or for what. Get honest with yourself. What is it that you are okay with and you are not okay with? What are things you are totally willing to compromise on, and what things are non-negotiable. It could be how someone speaks to you. It could be the words that they use, right? It could be physical proximity. It could be a tone, right? It could be, you know, someone's dumping a lot of extra work on you, and, you're just not saying no. So you've got resentment and you feel like a poor me. That's not helping anybody, really. And this goes for everything in your life, with your family, your friends, your community, your career, your profession, and so on. So get clear on your boundaries. What is absolutely great and what is non-negotiable? Long story short, we treat the world how to treat us by our boundaries. So now I want to dive into limiting beliefs. I cannot tell you how crucial and critical and pivotal this is. A limiting belief is we hold in our subconscious. All right. This isn't our conscious mind, it's in our subconscious. And I want to explain that for just a moment. I want you to think of we are three parts. Okay. We are that being, source, that energy that is connected to all that is. And then we are part number three, which is the body, the vehicle that we use to navigate through this adventure called life on planet Earth. And then we have the second part, and that's here. The hardware is called the brain, and the brain operates the body organs. And its number one function is keep the body alive. And then we have the subconscious. We have the conscious mind and the subconscious. We have the brain as the hardwire. The mind is the software. And it is all of that software where it is all that inner program, where we store our identity, our values, our belief system, okay, our potential. It is where all of these things that have been being formed since we got here, all of the stuff coming in, and it's been labeled and it's been sorted and it's been tied to emotions, right? All of the stuff coming in, remember, everything's energy. So our belief system is energy as well, and it affects our body. And our subconscious, it's our best friend, okay? Our mind, I like to equate it to being like a 5-year-old lab puppy. Your mind loves you, right? But a 5-year-old lab, big, it's been around a while, thinks it knows all the ropes. At the same time, you're not going to leave that puppy alone. All right. It's still going to get into mischief, and it still thinks it's a puppy. It's still going to bound all over and look to get into mischief. And your puppy loves you. So anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, your subconscious mind is going to go, no, don't, she doesn't like that. She doesn't like it. Let's quick. And it'll throw up something. Limiting beliefs act like a filter to all of that information that comes in, and it filters it through a belief that literally limits you. It holds you back. It tells you you're less than. It tells you you can't, you shouldn't, this, that, or the other. So all of this comes in and you filter it through that. And over time, you believe it. You have beliefs now that you created as a young child and you don't even realize they're there. but they do hold you back. All right. So we want to definitely work on that. So some of the most common limiting beliefs start with anything that says, I can't, I should, I shouldn't. Oh, I don't know, I don't do that. I must, I mustn't. You know what? I am just too fill in the blank. You know what? I'm not old. I'm not young enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not trained enough. I'm not experienced enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not fill in the blank. What if I make a mistake? Oh, geez, if I make a mistake, oh, yeah, that could be really, really bad. What if I fail? And what if people judge me and people treat me different because I didn't do it all and I made a mistake, right? That fear of judgment. Um, and then the things that start with always and never. I always turn wrong here. I always make a mistake. I never get this right. Whoa, you're not even giving yourself a chance. You have literally shackled yourself from all and any possibilities because you've already made a cement belief and it ties you down. It's like a chain, it chains you down. And what happens is you never ever get to experience your full greatness, your full potential. And no one else does either. So you really want to get rid of those. There's a lot of strategies. There's a lot of things you can do. I wanted to give you some things, though, that you can start investigating right now. Okay. Again, this is something I do work with every single one of my clients and students. I am just one of those people that when I see someone tangled up in a limiting belief, I just can't help myself. I'm like, please let me help you. We got to get rid of that because you are meant to shine. You have this beautiful light in you that you came to shine, and you're putting all of this wrapping over it. That's what your limiting belief is. They're chains holding you down. They're cement blocks on your feet, and they're taping up that beautiful light. No one gets to see it, but you don't get to see it and experience it either. So here are some strategies. Affirmations. Now listen, there's a lot of different types of affirmations, and there's a lot of ways to use affirmations. Okay? Take the time to learn how to use them. Okay. You can speak it aloud like a mantra. All right. And there's also different affirmations more than just I am. There is I know. I feel. I speak. Right? There's I see. I see the good in everything. I see all of the opportunities. I see my greatness. I see my potential. There's a lot of different types of affirmations. And learning to work with them, for some people, it is really, really super powerful, and it's the only thing they need. One of the things I like to suggest, and what I do with my clients, is after diving in and finding out a little bit about them, I go for that first big chunk of a limiting belief. And I will give them a guided meditation or a guided hypnosis to listen to, so that we can change up everything in there, get that good stuff in. Another thing, you know how I have you doing that tracker? Proof, guys, proof. I want you to sit down and every time you said, oh, I can't do that, I don't know how, right? I can't, I don't. And then I want you to think about things that you thought you couldn't do, but you did, and you did it well. I want you to think about all the times you didn't make a mistake. I want you to think about all of these things and the opposite, right? I want you to prove them wrong for yourself through your own experiences, through your own stories. Another thing you can do with that is ask someone who knows you, right? Say, hey, what's something, that I thought I couldn't do and I blew you away? Mindset material. There are books and workbooks and videos and audios and programs, and there is literally, the world is saturated with access to mindset material. A mindset coach. Mindset coach is trained. We are trained to literally, we're going to listen, we're going to find out what you are saying and what you're not saying. And then we're going to give you the tools and the strategies for you, right? That a coach is working with you for you, your greatness. And then there are other things like NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming, EFT, emotional freedom technique, mirror work. Want to look up mirror work? Louise Hay, she one of the most amazing women when it comes to really educating the world. She founded Hay House about the whole mind-body connection, and mirror work is one of the gifts that she gave to the world. Now, tomorrow we are going to go into NLP. I am I am a clinical hypnotherapist, NLP trained, and I do use that with my clients a lot. And I'm going to share some of the stories, okay? And before I go tonight, I want to share with you a story about someone who has implemented these strategies, okay? We're going back. They have worked with energy management, okay? They were an empath. And once they learned how to observe and not absorb, right? And really tap in and trust their intuition, right? Boy, confidence, let me tell you, nothing puts a pep in your step and is like rocket fuel for you in life like confidence, authentic confidence, true confidence, not outside validation, right? That's nice, but you need to feel it. You need to believe it, right? Those belief systems, those boundaries, right? You're not feeling taken advantage of. You're not tying yourself down with these things. Doing affirmations, the guided audios, the mindset work. I had a client come to me who she fit all of this. That's why I'm sharing it. She had been dealing with anxiety her entire life, and she didn't know why. All right. She really didn't have a lot of confidence. She was just kind of going along through life, right? I was teaching a light worker program, and it was all the topics she was interested in. She wanted to learn, and she was connected with me. During the course of our time working together, um, we did, first off, as soon as she started doing the empath and the energy management training, wow, what a difference. She started being able to sleep, right? I mean, I've had clients, this one, but also others where I'll never forget the one client that she said to me, "Oh my goodness, that was the first night's sleep, real night's sleep I've had in 5 years." I was like, 5 years? Oh my gosh. So anyway, this other client, right? We're doing the energy work. We're doing the white light filter, which I am sending. We do the affirmations. We dive into the belief system. We're doing the mindset stuff and the NLP. And I am happy to tell you that once she started applying everything, I am talking within just the shortest amount of time. All right. She suffered with this for decades. And in just a couple of months, um, she was authentically confident and she wasn't afraid to try new things. And if she stumbled, she just saw it as part of the dance, right? And just the change in her life, that she went from someone who was feeling anxiety all the time. It was from all this energy around her that wasn't even hers, but she couldn't see anything, right? So she didn't know that. She ended up, excuse me. She went from a person that was literally, would have anxiety so bad that at the, especially when she would get home at night after work, she'd like rush into the house to, she was invited to be a guest speaker at a big spiritual conference and retreat where speakers were flying in from all over the world. And she was a keynote speaker, afraid to leave her house, to flying across country to be a keynote speaker and share her story and her gifts and her light with the world. That is how amazing this stuff is. And that is why I want to share it with you. I want you to go out there and I want you to be feeling great and strong and empowered and believing in yourself, right? And just break free of all those shackles. Let yourself be illuminated, ignite your light, and elevate your energy, elevate your life. So this concludes day one. I hope you enjoyed it. And just remember that the other stuff that we're going to be talking about, what we did today and the stuff coming up in day two, is really to introduce you to techniques and strategies and tools that you can use to unleash your unlimited potential. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to dive into the other part. We're going to be elevating a lot of stuff. We are going to be going into imposter syndrome. You want to be here for that. Mindset training. I'm really going to dive into some more of that. I'm really going to talk to you about the NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and time techniques. We're talking, this is magic, like magic wand stuff, guys. And how to clean out all that mental clutter. All right, all of those tabs open in your head. Every one of those tabs is an energy drainer. So we're going to address all of that so that you are tapped into you, elevated frequency, aligned with your truth, right? And making your thoughts, your words, your actions, and your goals in alignment with who you truly are and what it is you desire to be fulfilled. So I thank you very much for sharing this day one with me. I would like you to kind of take a little bit of time now. I want you to drink some water. I would like you to kind of think about the things that we talked about. And I'm really going to ask you, for you, not for me, but for yourself, if you only choose one strategy, at least choose one of these things to start implementing in your life immediately so you can start experiencing your own transformation. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye.